Hello, FBC Salinas. Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information. Number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. I think you will find the inspirational thing so inspirational that you will probably want to do something about it. That would be a great thing. So let's get to the informational portion. First bit of information is that this Saturday, the event has finally arrived. Kids around the world, where we're packing 60,000 meals for people in Panama. We're looking forward to this. You get to be a part of this. You, along with many other organizations and churches, are going to be here on this Saturday at, people are supposed to arrive here around 10 o'clock in the morning. The men's ministry is going to help unload stuff at 8 a.m., so it's going to be ready to rock and roll at 10 a.m. It's going to go throughout the afternoon. We're going to have a great time packing meals, and there's something that we are asking you to contribute to. We could really use some baked goods like cookies, brownies, all that kind of stuff. That would be really cool. If you could provide some of that, we'd appreciate it, along with some fruit. That would be wonderful. Yes, we'll have some other things available, but if you feel so led to provide baked goods and or fruit, we would appreciate it. All right, so join us this Saturday. If you have any questions, email me, john@fbcsalinas.com. Be sure to get that question to Susie Pace, and she will get that answered. All right, so that's the first one. Second announcement is that this Sunday, October 12th, we are having Mission Sunday. Mission Sunday is what? Great question. It is this: various Christ-following ministries throughout the Monterey area. A few of them are going to be here to share information, provide you information, and help you understand better what's happening through their ministry. And perhaps God is going to be calling you to get involved in their particular ministry. And so there will be some of the people will be at the 9 a.m. spiritual formation class sharing about their ministries there. And then we will have tables in the lobby/narthex area with providing them an opportunity, different ministries, an opportunity to answer your questions, and perhaps to even for you to pick up more information about these great ministries that we have going on there. All right, so that's the second announcement. Third announcement is on October 19th during the worship service, we are doing baptism. I should say celebrating baptism. Baptisms is a highlight for me to be able to participate in this, and it's such a great thing to be there, to hear a person's very brief story about how they came to place their trust in Christ. And so if you're interested in being baptized, and perhaps you've been following after Jesus for a while, but you've never been baptized, please let me know. Love to baptize you, and according to Gabe, love to dunk you. How does that sound? So we'll have a great time doing that. But please email me, john@fbcsalinas.com, and I would be more than happy to get together with you, talk about what baptism is about and why it's so essential. All right, so we get to do Trunk and Treat again. Lorraine puts together a fantastic team that just does a wonderful job with this event. And it is going to be, we believe it's going to be even larger this year because October 31st falls on a Friday night. So what do we need from you? We need cars. We need cars that you're willing to have decorated and participate in this. So we need cars. We also need candy. You will find a big barrel in the lobby, and we need to fill that up 2, 3, I don't know how many times, maybe even 4 times. I don't know. We believe that there are going to be a lot of people here, a lot of children, a lot of families coming here to participate in this event. And one of the things that we continue to hear every single year is families saying, thank you for doing this, because we know it's a safe environment, and we also know that we're going to have a great time, and it makes it a whole lot more convenient for us. That's it for the announcements, all right? So we have been doing spiritual formation for a long time at this church. And the desire of spiritual formation is for people to continue to grow in the relationship with Jesus Christ. Tracie Brown is our Director of Adult Spiritual Development, And and she's going to share, I'm going to interview her very brief, slide on over here. Enough of me babbling, all right? So Tracie's here. We are starting a new class called Rooted, and it starts on October 19th. You need to sign up. There's a workbook involved. Tracie will explain some of these things. But for the remainder of the midweek, I'm going to simply ask Tracie a few questions on why you should get involved in this. And so, Tracie,
yes,
why should people participate in Rooted?
Well, the title of the workbook explains it well. It says, connect with God, the church, and your purpose. And so the Rooted curriculum will guide us to grow deeper in our relationship with God. So if you feel like that maybe you don't understand prayer or understand what it means to give, or if you've been looking for finding ways to serve or connect as a community, this curriculum is going to help us to better understand those elements of church life and how we can go deeper by not only talking about it, but actually doing it.
Mm-hmm. And that's an essential part of this whole curriculum. One of the things that you've noticed as you've researched it is the fact that it isn't just a bunch of a teacher teaching and speaking. People are involved, engaged in this.
Correct. And so what's going to happen is on Sunday mornings, we're going to gather into small groups during spiritual formation time. And so we'll have groups of about 5 or 6 people, and we will be discussing the homework that we had done the week before.
Okay, cool.
And so for each week, there is 5 days of assignments. And so there's stories to read and questions to answer. And we'll meet on Sunday in small groups to discuss and share what we learned from the assignments that week.
So you said homework.
There is homework involved.
Why? I mean, people got enough going on in their lives right now. Why would anybody, and I'll just play a little adversarial here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they even want to do this? Why would they want to do homework?
Why? Because taking the time, even if it's just 15 minutes of your day, taking that time to stop and pause, dig into Scripture, and really focus on God and what He is doing in our lives can make a difference. And when we take that time, God can then work in us. He can work in our hearts, He can work in our minds, and He can change us, which then will change our families, our church, our community. But it starts with us,
right,
allowing Him to work in our hearts so that we can then make a difference. Isn't
that interesting, though? When we talk, you brought this up, just talked about different changes. So often we look for things out there, external things to change, when in reality, what needs to change is our hearts, our attitudes, our mindsets. And this helps do that very thing. Instead of looking externally and saying, well, if they just got their act together, things will be okay. But this really says, God is at work in my life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so we will have the homework, the weekly homework, and we will also have actual activities we're doing. There will be a fast involved. There will be times of prayer. There will be a service project. We are actively doing what we will be reading about, what we will be talking about. We're not just going to talk about it, but we're going to actually do it. And the idea is to then set these things as a rhythm in our life so that reading the Bible, praying, fasting, giving, serving becomes a regular rhythm in our lives, not just something we do here and there when we think about it.
Or other people do, because other people, right, will sit there and we do this comparison thing, don't we? We just sit there and say, well, so-and-so is much more serious about Jesus than I am. Therefore, this is for them, not for me. But if I understand correctly, this is for any and all.
Yes, correct. And we even already have some of the youth students signed up for the class.
There are students signed up for this.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That's really cool. So that'll be good. So they'll bring some energy into it. They'll bring a whole different dynamic into this whole thing, which is fantastic.
It is,
right?
Absolutely.
So then what else do people need to know? What do they need? How do they sign up? Is there a cost involved? Talk us through that.
Yes. Okay. So this Sunday in church, there will be a sign-up sheet at the Welcome Center. So you can sign up there so that I know how many workbooks that we need to have.
Okay.
Because I've already noticed that I don't have enough.
Good. That's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
Good.
And so I need to know how many more I need to order. So you can sign up at the sign-up sheet, or you can email me at tracie@fbcsalinas.com, and that's TRACIE at fbcsalinas.com, and let me know you are interested. The cost is free. It has been covered by a donor, and so a very generous donor has covered the cost of the curriculum for us, which is fantastic, and we are very grateful for that.
Good. Do they need to, I mean, I'm sure consistency is part of it, but
Yes.
but what happens if they can't make a class or two? Does that make a difference? And by the way, I'm not giving you an excuse to not show up every week. Okay. So, but talk us through that. I mean, because sometimes people have things going on in life. It's like, I already had this thing planned. All that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Especially as we're going into the holidays, it's going to be a little tricky. I encourage you to put your best effort into coming every week. It's a 10-week session. We are not meeting, of course, well, this Sunday is the Mission Sunday. We are not meeting December 7th because we're in the middle of streets at that point, and so we're not going to try to meet that day.
Okay.
However, we will be going through December 28th, and I encourage you to do your best to show up every week. Yeah. If not, if you think you're going to be missing several days, then we will be offering this again. Right. Yeah. And that's the plan.
Yeah, because this is sort of like a pilot opportunity. Yes. But in the conversations that you and I have had with one another, as well as the conversations we've had with other churches that have done this curriculum, this thing, and it's not just the curriculum, it's about what happens, how God uses the curriculum in a person's life, correct?
Correct.
And that just gets them excited. And that's the thing about spiritual formation, is that we desire people to fall in love with Jesus Christ because of how much he loves them and wants the very best for each and every one of us.
Absolutely.
Right? And so this is a great thing. So anything, keep going.
Yeah. And so if you're not able to make it this round, we will be offering this regularly. Good. And the hope is to offer different days, different times, different locations, and to create small groups with this. Right. But we want my desire is for everyone in the church to experience this at some point. Right. Good. Because then we will be on the same plane as
we'll be moving in the same direction.
Exactly.
Right? So when we're moving in the same direction, that causes momentum, it brings about synergy, it brings about excitement, it brings about we're on mission, we're on task together.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Got anything else you want to say about it that I haven't asked about?
No, I think we covered it all.
Did we?
Yeah, sign up.
Sign up. That's exactly right. You have any questions for me?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What's your favorite pair of shorts?
Favorite pair of shorts? Well, frankly, I like the ones I'm wearing now, but probably, I don't know. I have these ones that look like, they're just really bright. Well, that's all the shorts I have. They're all really bright, but they have pink and purple and yellow and all this kind of stuff in it. So
looks like paintball.
Yeah, it looks like paintball, sort of. Or it looks more like splatter, not paintball, but looks more like splatter. And the great thing about it is I can wear them with anything.
Right. They match everything.
So I'm a versatile dresser.
Yes. Clearly.
You know, so I just have it down.
And that's why you wear bright colored.
That's why I wear bright colored shirts. Because I can bring brightness into people's lives.
Perfect.
Thank you. Good question. Did not expect that question. So anyway, hey, sign up for Rooted. Kids around the world this Saturday, Mission Sunday this Sunday, baptisms a week from Sunday. Sign up for Rooted. I know I already said that, but sign up for this. If you have questions, email Tracie. This is going to be a great opportunity for you, for the church, for all of us to gain a greater understanding of what Jesus Christ wants to do in our lives and through our lives. All right? So that work?
That's great.
All right. So have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.